Hey Megan, how you doing? Got your work up here. Wow, what a fantastic job you're doing here. Really great. I've got the PDF up here, so let's go ahead and take a look. This is a home run. This is fantastic. I think this is the strongest. These two are the strongest in this series, although they're all really fantastic. It seems like these last two are not as complete as the first two. That is gorgeous. Boy, wow, wow. That's beautiful work. Nice job. This is just intense. This is fantastic. This is some of the best work I've seen while teaching this assignment. And I actually authored this class, so I teach it quite a bit, and I've seen hundreds of stamps, and this is among the best. So this is wonderful. Nice work. All right, let's go ahead and let's talk about typography first. I would recommend a sans serif here instead of serif. It's going to give us um, a nice uh, variation and a good variation in type. So sans serif here, you can make that a little bit bigger. Okay, and then Iconic American Entertainers. That is a monotype. It looks like a American typewriter, the type choice you're using there. And I don't recommend that. I would use something, okay, sans serif here, and then this is a good beefy typeface. I think there's the stroke weight here is really thin. So at a distance, especially when there's a lack of a contrast in the background, which I'll address in a second, but we zoom out here and we can see the type is no longer readable. So I think something with a little bit of a beefier typeface, I think would suffice right there. Sans serif here. Try this typeface replacing this typeface and use something like a Helvetica, Gill Sans, Futura, or one of the sans serif typefaces right there. Okay, or I'm not saying you have to use those. I mean, use what you think will work the best. Okay, zoom back in. Um, I don't have any comments here. This one's done and ready to go. That is gorgeous. Actually, I do have some comments. The ears. Now that I look at the ears are a little bit odd. I would definitely recommend working on the ears now that I look at that. There's just those dark areas in the ears. Got this wonderful detail throughout the entire illustration, but the ears are really super underdeveloped. So let's work on that. Clothes look great. Shadows, everything looks fantastic here. Nice job. This is intense. This is gorgeous. I mean, we can tell exactly who this is. I want to do something real quick. Try adding little eyelashes and also eyeliner. So black around all of the eyes will increase the increase the contrast associated there. Um, these little lines right here could be a little darker, these little facial lines. I'm so glad you didn't use black. Don't use black. Use the same tone that you've used, but just a little darker value right through here, here, the nose, the bottom of the nose right there. The dimple right there, or the dimple right there. This little shadow area depicting the chin seems to be a little bit high on the face, and we want to depict the chin, so we want to maybe create a little bit more of a shadow down there below the chin. I think the hair is a little problematic. It's I would work on the hair a little bit more. This is so gorgeous, but the hair just looks really out of place. So I would recommend working on the hair. Clothing looks great. Might want to lighten up the clothes so we can see the lapels a little bit. Not sure what's happening with the bow tie right there, but I would create black right there to finish that bow tie off. Shadows where the clothing meets the shirt. Shadows where the collar meets the rest of the shirt. Little bit of shadow area, highlight area in the clothing as well, like you've done here. Um, and then next, I think, yeah, still keep this it just needs more work. So texture and highlight in the hair. I think that the highlight areas in the face are a little bit too prominent. It's starting to look a little bit like face paint. I think that the skin tone is really super consistent in the last three. But as we're seeing, you're creating a lot of the detail based on just tonal differences. So there's no contour lines depicting facial characteristics. Let me show you what I mean. This is why I use this example a lot because it's just such a wonderful example. See the little contour lines depicting the shapes of the nose here and the cheeks. So try to add that then to little bags under the eyes, and everything else that is in pointing to facial characteristics can be done with little lines, just thin stroke lines, not black. As you can see right now, he's just used this designer has used a darker value of the skin tone to depict those lines showing facial characteristics. Um, Got to get some detail in the spacesuit. That's really going to make a big difference here. Got to get some detail in the clothing here as well as here. Um, I talked about that. He's done. So, well, almost, except for the ears. Okay, so Um, and the hair definitely needs work here. Um, eyeliner, eyeliner, and little eyelashes, I think, are really make a big difference in that. And specular highlights, okay, which that's a reflection in the eyes. You got one here, you've got some specular highlights here, but we don't have any here. So you want to add those there. And of course, Men in Black won't have those with the glasses. Okay, let's talk about the action. This is set up beautifully. Okay, but now we take a look at, let's see if I can zoom. Let me zoom out here. Okay, so we can see at this distance that DiCaprio is really pushed up too high in the composition as comparative to Men in Black. We've got DiCaprio is pushed up really high, where Will Smith is kind of centered beautifully and framed beautifully within the stamp. But this seems a little, excuse me, out of balance in that he's pushed so high in the stamp. There's not really anything here that's pertinent information, so I would move him down in the composition, creating a little bit more space, more consistent here, the space between the top of the head and the top of the picture plane, right? This one's a good, but again, we can see how we need detail. And then this one might be a little high in the composition as well. So think about spatial relationships in terms of how the portrait sits within the picture frame. Okay, I think that might be all I have. Yep, just keep working, keep working. You're getting there. Really, just beautiful start. I'm so pleased with where the stamp series work is going. Okay, so those are my recommendations. If you have any questions at all, Megan, please let me know. I'll be in every day between now and Sunday. So anything you want to run by me, you shouldn't be waiting for a comment from me. I'll be away Saturday for a little bit, but I should be back. And if you want to run anything by me, please, I'll be glad to provide more critique. All right, great start. Thank you so much for sharing.